Well, there's probably about three different kind of prongs, I guess, to answer that question. The first one is salary cap considerations, which, goes upstairs. So, Donnie will discuss that if there's a way to help yourself there, and by moving a guy to the taxi squad and not on your roster, or vice versa, whatever the case may be, right? So that's number one. I guess not number one. Number one is, you get to who's your lineup? What does it look like? Who deserves to play? And then you go from there. Consider the salary cap. Consider having the guys nearby, because Providence isn't starting till early February. So you got a lapse here of 3 to 4 weeks. So will that affect who we put on the taxi squad? Because then they stay active with us. And once you go to Providence, a consideration also down the road is if they're down there playing and it's a young guy. For example, if you said you used Frederick, so if he's not playing in our lineup, of course he's better served playing in Providence, playing regular, growing his game. But if he's your first call up, and then he has to go from Rhode Island to Massachusetts and there's quarantine issues, then how does that play out? So there's a little bit more than meets the eye when it comes to those decisions. You may have to sacrifice guys' development playing versus being here and practicing with NHL players. And those are decisions we have to make. How easy is it going to be for us to get him from Providence to here? If he's the guy that deserves to be the call-up and you want to keep him playing. So there's a lot of that goes into it this year for us. And we're going to go through some of that actually right after this call. And Donnie will have a better idea on the hows and whys through the NHL directives and rules that, why we may do things a certain way that typically we might not. So I'll have some of those answers probably better off for you tomorrow. But there will be some challenges with those decisions. And there'll be some guys maybe left off the taxi squad that they feel they probably should be honored as well. So there'll be some decisions there and sort of dealing with each of the personalities to make sure they understand our decision.
PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.